Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you for joining this session and to the conference at all. In such a difficult time, thanks to you and to the organizing team that this is happening. Today we will talk a bit about Magento 2.x upgrade. To be honest, I planned to make this presentation last year on MageCONF, but I was not able to attend the conference, and 1 year passed, but the topic is still relevant and important, I think. And the fact is the fact that on this conference agenda there are about 3 topics related to Magento 2.x upgrade. Says that again this topic is important for community and the clients. Let me also notice that this topic is not technical. I mean, it does not contain any code, it does not contain any patterns, etc. And yeah, if you were aiming to participate in a technical session, feel free to join another one if it's not interesting for you. However, I will describe the estimation process we use in Magento services, how we detect backward incompatible changes, and how we use the public information for Magento upgrade process itself. Let's start. As I said, my name is Igor. I am a lead architect in Magento Professional Services. I've been working with Magento since 2011. I joined Magento as eBay company, and after that I left Magento. And I worked for 5 years in Waymo, that's a Magento partner, and last year I came back to Magento as a part of Adobe, and yeah, now I am here, and last, I think, 6 years I work close to the clients. I work with the code, and I understand the issues of Magento and Magento upgrade, and I understand in general all advantages and disadvantages of this process. And yeah, let me briefly describe you Magento activities. This is not a promotion or advertising. I am not going to promote your Magento services, but I think that I have to align you to the type of activities what we do. And we, as a Magento services, we provide a range of engagements, business and technical engagements. And as an architect, from architecture and technical perspective, we do code audit, solution health check, we do Magento cloud migration and deployment. We provide architectural advisory service, we provide project advisory and governance services, and last part is migration, upgrades, and implementation. And today we will cover this particular upgrade part. But before doing that, 1 second, I prepared. Yep. Before doing that, let's talk a bit about Magento One. I already know a lot of developers who works only with Magento 2. they know only Magento 2. They do not have any experience in Magento 1. But for, I think, big part of us, Magento 1 is still in our hearts and in our lives. This is about 10 years of life. And we all remember Magento 1 as, yes, that was not good from the architectural point of view last years, but it was fast, that was easy to upgrade, that was easy to maintain, that was predictable. And I would like to explain you what I feel when I think about Magento 1, when I read the news about Magento 1, when I analyze something related to Magento 1, and I prepared a couple of slides to explain you what I feel. I do not know will it be successful or not, but it's a kind of experimental and online conference, and I think that I can do it. When I think about Magento 1, I see 3 slides, and in my head, this music, you know, it's like Nintendo or Dendy. That's like this screen with changing a game, and I am not crying, but I love Magento 1, and yeah, I think that this is the first framework I started to work with, and this is the reason I made myself as an engineer with Magento 1, and I think that this solution was good and perfect, I think, for that times. And let's a bit analyze the releases of Magento 1. I compared the major releases, and in general, we had about 1 release as a maximum, is 2 releases per year. That was a maximum. And I did not put all release notes, but in general, you can see that Magento core team developed some features, and apart from these features, the releases contained the improvements, the performance improvements, the security of patches, etc. And how did we upgrade Magento 1? I do not know about you, but I think the general approach and flow was the same. We went to an office kitchen, we made a coffee, we discussed the new upgrade with colleagues, we came back and upgraded. And upgraded Magento, and the project is ready for regression testing. That's it. In case of Magento 2, we have a couple of releases per year. And I did not put release notes, even a short version of release notes to this slide, since I need a separate PPT to describe all release notes. And the reason is that Magento core team work hard. And another reason that Magento 2 became open source. And except Magento core team, there are a couple of community projects, and a lot of community developers work hard on Magento 2. And each of these release I put to this slide contains a lot of changes, and it's not only fixes. Sometimes it's the feature. And okay, we received Magento 2, We implemented first project on Magento 2 for half a year. Yeah, we delivered. Everything is good, and we received a new version of Magento 2 a couple of years ago. And we get a request from a client that we have to upgrade Magento 2. What we do? What we did? We went to a kitchen office. We made a coffee. We discussed the new upgrade with colleagues, and we came back and upgraded it. Because in DevDocs, no, we checked Magento DevDocs, and Magento DevDocs said that we need to run two composer commands, and that's it. We ran those commands, and we didn't upgrade Magento, or it contains a lot of backward incompatible issues in the code or in the third-party modules. The main reasons of this fail, that Magento 1 upgraded to Magento 2. The system is changed. The approach in the system and in the releases changed, but the behavior of developers and companies, the habits keeping the same. And we did not have any methodology related to Magento 2 upgrade. As I said on DevDocs, we've been told that it's easy, it's just run a command and that's it. And the companies did not have the methodology. I mean, the companies is partners, because most of the companies, when Magento 2 was released, I think after 1 year, in one after release, we had about 1 or 2, and rest of the projects on Magento 1, and we did not have a chance to create a methodology. And as outcome, Magento services started getting requests for Magento 2.x upgrade. The clients realized that it's not easy, that they need support, and they would like to put responsibility to Magento itself. And Magento services is a part of Magento. And most of architect time being spent to pre-sales and upgrade estimation. I remember the times for 1 week, I could get about 4 projects for upgrade estimation. And I was not happy because I would like to think about integrations. I would like to think about the team processes, about delivering the projects, about CI/CD, but not about detecting the backward incompatible issues in the code base I did not implement. Yeah, and we started thinking how to improve this process. And in general, we started also thinking what data we can rely on. And we understood that we have release notes, and we have backward incompatible changes on DevDocs. Actually, backward incompatible changes is a part of release notes, but I split these two into the 2 points, since it's important for explanation and to usage. Release notes. Actually, once Magento is released, we can open release notes, and this is a great document. It contains all the information related to upgrade itself, the fixes, what's fixed, what's improved, etc. And I think that this is important for each technical and business representative to read the release notes and understand what happened. But our goal is to upgrade Magento and make the custom code and third-party modules compatible with the new version. And Magento docs contains this incompatible changes, and this is a structured information about the new release, what was added, what was removed, what was changed, and we started thinking how to parse this information, and we decided to parse the whole page. However, we decided to check the content, and as you remember, DevDocs content is hosted in GitHub, and you can contribute, you can add new information, or you can fix. And this page contains the includes, and the include was like backward incompatible changes and the number of the release. Okay, it's better. We moved forward. We opened these files on GitHub, and actually this content is great. Yeah, we have all necessary information to make a parser. All the documents contain the affected class, affected method or property or service contract, and actually in the right column the change. And we decided to get all these files. At start, parsing was a bit difficult because when Magento was released, Magento team put all the content to HTML files. But on some release, they decided to use MD file instead. For latest releases, you have only MD files. And yeah, what we did, we implemented the tool. It's an internal standalone tool. We copied all MD files from DevDocs to our private repository. By this tool, we are able to generate a rule set for Magento Commerce Edition or open source. In our case, we have to make two rule sets if it's a Commerce Edition, since it's a separate code base. And we set the upgrade from and upgrade to. For example, it's just an example from 3.0 to from 2.3.0 to 2.4.0, but this is like a vanilla example. In most of cases, we have to upgrade from 2.2.6 to 2.4 or to 2.4.1. What the tool does? The tool, based on the upgrade version parameter, collects all files we downloaded from DevDocs. Based on the name, we parse these files and we generate a rule set. And as a result, we can pass this rule set to upgrade estimator command. And as a result, we get an ugly Excel file with a list of backward incompatible change detections in the code base. We check the custom code base and we check the third-party extensions. If this is a third-party extension, we ask a client to request a vendor to provide the fixed module to provide the patch or provide a new version of the module. What's inside? Inside, it's a very simple. For this reason, I said that it's not interesting from the technical point of view. We created a mapping. Inside it's a JSON file, and in this mapping we described all unique backward incompatible changes. And we also put a weight per change. And if, for example, it's a class or constant added, it's nothing. Yeah, we do not have to put it to the estimation. A question is why it's included to mapping. It's another question. I think we have to remove it. But again, if it's a class or constant removed, we have some weight, and architect will analyze the result, analyze the file path, and estimate how it's complex to refactor code to avoid this dependency on the removed class or service contract. And in general, our Magento 2 upgrade estimation process. We check release notes. Usually we do it once after release is done, but in general, due to amount of nodes, we have to check it before each estimation. Yeah, because in some cases we have a lot of changes. We run the tool for custom content third-party extensions, as I said. Another important moment that we run PHP CS for detecting duplicated code, because it perfectly will show you which code is duplicated. For example, it's a registry, yeah, in the code base, in custom code base. We analyze the result, check each file path with backward incompatible changes. We validate this result and estimate it. After that, we do a manual review, since this tool, as I said, it's simple, but it cannot substitute us an architect work. Yeah. It's like a static code analysis tools in code review. They can cover some stuff, but these tools can't substitute the code review, and it cannot detect the issues in architecture, or we have to invest a lot of time to the rules. And last point is to provide Codal upgrade estimate. Let me say that, of course, this estimate is not accurate, and probably we missed something. But again, based on our experience, that's better to have this analyzer and automate the estimation this way, because we used to upgrade and we didn't understand the whole scope, how many extensions had the backward incompatible changes, and we used to just run the upgrade, and after that regression testing, and we are fixing everything. Conclusions. A purpose of this presentation is to ask you to use public information as much as possible, to use it in efficient way. We already have all information in the dev docs. For example, in my case, I was a bit skeptical about the dev docs because I remember the dev docs a couple of years ago. I did a setup for message queue based on Chrome. And I opened the manual related to RabbitMQ, and I received a full manual how to configure message queue on RabbitMQ. After that, I opened a page how to set up a message queue on Chrome, and I received a message. And you have ability to set up message queue on Chrome, and that's it. And now the situation is much better. I think Magento core team works better on the documentation. Also, they receive a lot of pull requests from community because if you see that something is not full, contribute. What I'm trying to say that if you were disappointed in dev docs on some stage, please come back and check it because it contains great and important information. And that's an example how we reused this information and automated. And automate the routine because each engineer wants to implement something new, work with code or investigate a particular case, a particular bug. But any engineer wants to review the list of backward incompatible changes and fix this. Yeah, what's next? The next is after this session, there will be the session about Magento Safe Upgrade tool. Actually, yeah, Magento implemented a standalone tool. As I know it's better, you will receive more information on this presentation. If you are interested, please join it because I already used this tool last week. Investigated how does it work, and I will be happy to remove our repository with our tool, stop keeping it up to date and use Magento Safe Upgrade tool because it does not do the same, but the idea is the same and even wider. They are checking the GraphQL, API endpoints, etc. Yeah. So I am happy that Magento product team implements such a stuff. And that's it. About questions and answers, please ask. If you want, you may contact me in Twitter, ask a question or provide a feedback, or in Telegram. I am always open for discussion.
Thank you, Igor. Yeah, I'm barging in here. So far, I can see only one question over there from Cedric, and he's asking if the estimator upgrade tool is available in public Git.
No, it's internal tool. We use in Magento services, but I explained all the process. We implemented it for a couple of days. That's really simple, and after that we spent a lot of time on improving, of course. But the baseline was created on Hackathon for a couple of days. Yeah, in general, it's not available, unfortunately. But we are waiting for Magento Safe upgrade tool, and it's even better because it's an official tool, will be available soon, or it's available. I don't know. Please join this presentation, the next one, and to get this information.
All right, I guess we have no questions here. At least I see no questions in the chat. So I would like to say thank you, Igor, for your presentation. It was very informative indeed. And I would like to say to the rest that we have one more session to go, and there's like 5 minutes break. So see you, each and every one of you, in 5 minutes, and enjoy the rest of the conference. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Ça sort.